Welcome to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences. Welcome to episode 54, the Workbench After Hours podcast. You may see a new face here in the middle between Chris and I. It is my wife, Marie. She is back with us. It took everything we had to get her on the podcast, though.
He told me just a minute ago, he goes, well, if you don't want to, we can just go downstairs and drink. I'm like, really? Just like perked right back up. No, never mind. Back to work.
I mean, we already had everything set up, so we got to do it.
But we are going to drink.
Yes, we are going to drink.
Fair.
Yeah. So Maria is actually going to show us, we talked last week with that Jack Daniel's rye, how it would be good for the smoked or just an old fashioned. Marie got me this kit. She's been wanting me to use on the podcast, and we haven't yet. This was a Christmas present last year.
That you forgot about.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting about it. So you're going to talk about it and show us how to make an old fashioned with this kit.
Okay. So I just got this on Amazon. It is a cocktail smoker kit, natural wood, and the flavors are apple, cherry, hickory, mesquite. It's pretty easy. You can find a more expensive version, like a top hat smoker. That's like $80, but I mean, this was $25 on Amazon and it does the exact same thing. So save your money. So this is my creme brulee torch, but it comes with this top hat smoker, and then you've got apple, mesquite. They're all in these little tins. I already have pre-made up some of my old fashioned mix, which is about a tablespoon of sugar mixed in hot water. And then I did an 8 count of Jack Daniel's rye whiskey for this. And about 14, I don't know, whatever dribbles of orange bitters.
Yep.
And
Nice.
mix it up.
There you go. That'd be easy. That way we're not mixing everything up here.
Woo-hoo.
It's easier to do it in the kitchen.
Yes.
Plus, you fancy now with your square ice cubes and your...
I know. Marie got me set up with the
Your
whole
ice
whiskey
bin.
podcast thing for Christmas. She got me a tray of these silicone tray for the larger square ice cubes, which we used. And she didn't like the fact that we would grab ice out of that yellow cup.
Y'all sticking your dirty fingers in it.
Yeah, so she got me this nice little ice bucket to put it in.
What flavor do you want, Chris?
Let's go apple this time.
Oh, you want apple. That's a good one. And you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. Otherwise, it's wasteful. Just a pinch. There
Just
you
a
go.
pinch.
And I get to light stuff on fire.
Careful, Chris.
Fire.
Fire in the hole.
Ooh. Let's see.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I usually don't do this on camera. I usually just do it for Keith and hand it to him. But that was after a massive guilt trip. Be like, I bought that for you like a year ago. You never used it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Woo!
Look at all that smoke in there.
Mm.
Here, I need that cup.
I can smell the apple.
Mm-hmm. What flavor do you want, Keith?
I'm gonna do the hickory.
Hickory smoke.
Man, that smells so good.
Oh, I know.
I love that smell.
Again, just a pinch. As my kindergarten teacher said, a little dabble do ya.
I just hope it doesn't set off this fire alarm that's right here.
That would be fun.
We're gonna have a podcast fire drill.
Yeah.
Is that different than a Chinese fire drill?
I don't know.
Might switch seats.
Yeah, look at that. Move this out of the way.
But yeah, you guys were all sticking your grubby fingers in the ice. I'm like, oh,
That's all we had.
that's how germs are shared.
Oh yeah, look at that. That just looks awesome.
I do have to say, you've got me on a rye kick lately.
And you hated rye for
And
the
I
longest
hated
time.
rye just because of all the spice.
That Jack Daniel's rye is pretty good.
Yeah, it is really good.
I'm doing cherry.
Cherry.
Yeah. Here. Oh, here.
Sorry, I was moving stuff out of the way so that you could actually see on the video what it looked like smoked.
Uh-oh. I think my butane torch is out. That's okay. No, it's not.
Nope, there
Just
you go.
kidding.
Yeah, I go
Yay.
get my haircut at Scissors and Scotch, and they do a smoked old fashioned, but they actually take a plank of wood, light it on fire, put the glass over it, and then do it. This is way easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that way you get different flavors.
Yep.
All right.
So this was on Amazon?
Yeah.
How much was it?
26.
Cool. So if you guys are interested, I'll post a link to this on Amazon in the description below.
You should be able to find it quickly because you just bought it for Chris for his graduation.
Yep.
Yes, Chris has one now too.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Did you give it a try yet?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Get that nice smoke flavor.
It also smells way better in here now.
Yes, it does.
Not that it stunk before, but my husband's a very clean person.
Yes. And having 3 shedding breeds. It's not very fun.
I'm the third. I'm
Yes.
the third breed.
Yes. Yeah, this is good.
It is good.
Definitely get that smoked flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is a really good whiskey
Yeah.
for old fashions.
You maybe with this podcast can perhaps redeem yourself just a little bit with Jack Daniels after the blind taste test.
Maybe.
Oh no, we did have Sinatra the other night, and I still think that's the smoothest whiskey there is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was drinking that neat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Christopher. And I was the low man on the totem pole. You're like, here, Dad, here's a Sinatra. Here, Keith,
I
here's
gave you some.
Sinatra.
I asked you if you wanted. You're like, oh wait. I was like, just get it now.
No, you didn't offer me a
Yeah, I
glass.
did.
He's like, here, try mine.
Yeah. But then you ended up getting a glass, didn't you?
No,
Oh.
no.
I told you to give me a glass. I'll make you one.
Oh,
Well, I guess
I
Chris is
missed
gonna.
that part.
I guess Chris is gonna have to bring it on the podcast, and we're gonna have to try it.
Shucks.
I mean, because once you open it, you let air into the bottle. Now it's not gonna stay forever,
Oh,
so you
it'll
might as
stay
well just drink it.
forever. It'll stay forever.
It'll be fine.
It's in a
It's not like
Reach. I'm trying to convince him.
it's not like wine. We know
Yeah.
you're not
Oh, I
that
know.
dumb.
Trying to convince him to
It's
bring
in
it
a
over.
dark cupboard with no light hitting it.
But don't you just want to keep
tightly.
drinking it?
Oh, so it lives the
Yes.
life I want
Yeah.
in the dark, no light hitting it, just chilling.
That's how most of my whiskeys are, though. Like, I either got them in the dark corner where no sunlight can hit it, or in the cupboard.
So Marie, you've obviously tried a bunch of whiskeys when we were doing that whiskey tasting, and have sampled some others that we've tried.
All of them.
Do you have a favorite whiskey that you've tried so far that we've brought on?
I mean, surprisingly, like when you did the blind taste test, the Jesse James, I actually liked quite a bit more, and I think that was one of the cheaper ones. I don't know what all the hype is about Blanton's. I've tried it a couple times. It's not that good. It's really just not that good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think Marie's like, is it alcohol? Yes, I like it.
Yeah. Well, unless it's gin. Then, ugh.
Ugh.
Not good.
Tastes like flowers.
Gin? No, it just gives you cotton mouth every time
No,
I've had it.
I don't have that. It's like I'm like drinking perfume on the
Ugh.
rocks.
Every time I taste it, just instant cotton mouth.
No, I don't have that problem.
I can hear Max in the background. So if
Did
hear
you,
some,
did you put the baby gate up?
I did. So if you guys hear some whining again in the background, that is our black lab. Probably being picked up on Marie's microphone because condenser mic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, usually I'm home to keep him quiet.
Yeah. But you don't have the best microphone etiquette. Like in that podcast you and Kat did, you were way too far.
You're gonna bring that up again?
No, not at all. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
So we've done the whiskey of the week. Do you have a gun of the week?
I almost forgot that whole
Oh,
segment.
dang.
So I just did a video on this last night. It went live today, which is Wednesday. It's a new gun from Ruger. If I can get it out. It's
Boxes are
this,
hard.
right? It is. I'm going to change the camera angle here. So this right here, it is the Ruger Security 380. So what I've gathered is this is almost their take on the Smith & Wesson Easy pistols. You know, the ones that have the really easy slide.
Yeah.
That's why they call it the Easy model to do. But this is obviously a 380. But when I think of a 380, I think of like your LCP.
Yeah.
Something super small.
Super small.
And it's great for concealability, but actually shooting is very hard because with a smaller frame pistol, you don't get a good grip. It's going to be snappy, even though 380 is typically not a snappy round. The smaller frame gun, you're going to feel that snap. Well, this is actually a compact model. So I did a comparison between this and the Hellcat Pro, basically the same size. So compact, still small enough to conceal, but it is a double stack. So it comes with one 15-round magazine and then one 10-round magazine. This 15-round magazine has a full extension on it, so you can get a full, almost like a full grip on it. The 10-round has the pinky extension on it, so you can still get your pinky on there, but don't necessarily get the full grip feel. But this thing is really cool because it is, I mean, it's not quite as easy as a Smith & Wesson Easy to pull back, but it has these caulking ears up front here and then towards the back where you just grab onto those. So this is, if you have somebody like a family member that has a lot of trouble racking a slide on a gun, whether...
That's not bad. My pinky doesn't hang off. I can't stand my pinky hanging off.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Where is it? If I can get it.
There you go. Look at that.
I was taught well.
Yep. Yeah, because with your Springfield that you have...
It's about the same size. This feels a little lighter than mine.
It is lighter.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
That was a whole thing with this gun is they wanted to make it lighter. And so there's a lot of material cut out of the frame or the slide on the inside. And these ports here to make it lighter. Plus...
Just ports are so hilarious. They're crying.
I know. But yeah, this thing's awesome. It's new to the market, so they're kind of tough to come by right now. So your local gun shops might not quite have them yet. Hey, this one's for sale through Boomstick Tactical LLC. But the one thing I don't like about this gun is the rear sights are blacked out. There's no dots on them or anything. So it's just black. And the front sight's awesome because it's a tritium night sight. So you can really pick up the front sight. You just don't have that dots or U shape or anything like you do with some of the Glocks. But it is got an internal hammer. So it is technically hammer fired. So, but it's not like
my SIG that I had.
Your SIG to where there's that long double action trigger pull. It's still a single action trigger pull. So it's a really cool gun. And, you know, it's definitely comparable to that Smith & Wesson Easy. Man, Max is like having a heyday out there. He is, and he's crying from the bottom of the stairs.
I wish they would have put like an RMR cut already, since it's because this sight's freaking huge.
I like this sight on it though.
Well, like the back side is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, look how it's like a really thick cut.
It's meaty.
Yeah, for right here, I was like, they could have just extended a little bit more and done an RMR.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure since this is new, I'm sure eventually they may come out with an RMR cut on these.
Read instructions before use.
I hate it when they have that on.
Yeah,
so
pistol
annoying.
will fire with magazine removed.
Well, if you have one in the chamber,
yeah.
You know they have to
love
put
all
this
these
stuff
little
on there
words.
for a reason because some idiot.
Yeah.
Natural selection, it's a thing. It should be more of a thing.
It's why
remove the warnings off of wood chippers and
Yep.
stuff. Just let it thin out the herd, okay?
same reason why they, on McDonald's coffee cups they have to put caution hot.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no shit. But they've been sued by people for spilling on them and it being too hot.
Actually, if you read the case on that lady like had to get like skin grafts and stuff like in her lap because the coffee was way too hot.
I like my coffee that hot because I don't want it to get cold too fast. Another thing on this, the grip texture.
Yeah, I wish it was a little more stipple in it.
I like it because you've got that one. I think it's a Glock and it feels like sandpaper. So
Oh, that was a Smith & Wesson.
I like that one.
It is, but then you got to figure if your hands are sweaty at all, it might get really slippery.
Yeah, because it's kind of slipped now, but
I get
I bet
sweaty
you
hands.
get toweling grips for it and be really good.
But I mean, do you like do
Feels okay.
you like the feel of it? Because I know you're strictly just Springfield.
Actually, I want to take this one to the range.
Oh yeah,
Ooh. Range day.
Double date.
and these are actually
Does Cat shoot guns?
Yes, she says she does. She's never done it with me though.
Okay. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Does have a rail on the front, so if you want to mount a flashlight to it. But I do like the fact it's double stack. You're going to get a good, firm, good grip on it, get a lot more controllability, and just that slide. It takes nothing to rack. It's awesome. So check out that video that I have on this and go into a little bit more details and compare it to that Hellcat Pro.
Ruger.
So that was a gun of the week. Ruger Security 380. It's kind of based, they have a Security 9. It's kind of based on that, but this is smaller, lighter, and has that, they call it the light slide rack.
Didn't you sell one of those to your dad on Christmas?
Yes. My dad is a proud owner of a Hellcat Pro.
We're having Christmas Eve shenanigans and waiting on everybody to eat. And he's like, well, son, I've got cash. Let's go do the paperwork now. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to see in a while.
Yeah, he's been wanting, he's come over here a few times and I showed him that Hellcat Pro and he really liked it. And he's been wanting to get it and just there's never been a good time. So I'm like, Dad, I have it. Because he was talking about wanting to get one. I'm like, we could go upstairs and do the paperwork. We did.
But hasn't he bought 3 guns from you now and he's not shot any of them?
Correct.
Okay. He bought a Saint from you?
Springfield Saint.
Yeah.
And then a shotgun. Yeah. The Mossberg 590A1 Mariner, which is, I wish I would have kept that for myself, honestly. I'm kind of pissed I sold it to him.
He might sell it back to you
Yeah,
if you just ask.
I'll trade you. I'll give you the black version. Just give me this one because it looks cool. I love that.
He probably would. He'd be like, okay.
Mm-hmm. He had my mom's Taurus 380 revolver, and it has the 4-inch barrel, I think. And for home defense, that's not really a good gun for self-defense. So he wanted a pistol that would be better. So I told him how much I loved the Hellcat Pro, and so he held it, liked it, and it's still a gun that you could use for home defense, but it's still small enough and compact enough that you could carry with you.
Yeah,
we did have to explain to him the nuances, so to speak, of shooting at somebody in an apartment.
Yeah,
I guess I'm the one that found that funny. Like, Joe, that will go through a wall. Just watch out.
Luckily, it's not like an apartment where he's got somebody on all 4 sides, up and down. So, but he was one of those people that's like, oh, I have a shotgun. I could just point and
spray.
spray. Yeah, you could, but
You got to remember where everything goes.
there's things you got to think about here.
Yeah.
You are not John Wick.
Now, if you live in the country, it might be a little bit different story.
Yeah.
But you can't just spray and pray because you're going to be praying that it doesn't hit your navel. Yeah. And we had to go over the different between birdshot, buckshot, what a slug would do. Now a slug would put a hole in somebody.
Yeah.
But
and a wall.
Yeah. I mean, that would definitely stop the threat in one shot. I mean, if you want to spray and pray, just do that, buddy.
Yeah.
You get a whole ounce of lead right there.
Yep. Or a nice surprise hole.
He keeps telling me oh my God.
Holy shit, son, I put him down with one shot.
Got a 3-inch hole in him.
I love Joe. He's so funny.
Yeah, I want to have him back on here. We were supposed to have him on just after Christmas, so maybe he'll be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So funny.
So yeah, I'm nervous. I am one of 21 left in the survivor pool.
Ooh.
Who are you picking this week?
So we're waiting on everybody to agree to a partial split to where, because if I lose, everybody's out and we've gone this far and then to just walk away with nothing. So everybody so far has agreed. I think we're waiting on a couple more people to take $1,000 and then play for the remaining 108,000. Because right now the pot after the fees and stuff is $129,000.
Jeez.
For the pot.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We need a new deck.
It started out at just under 7,000 entries, and I am one of the 21 remaining, and we have 2 weeks in NFL left.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point to where, man, the teams I have left, it could be a toss-up between who wins. So I'm like,
Houston's one of your picks because he He's
Yeah.
got PTSD from
Yeah.
picking Houston a couple years ago. He made it down to like the bottom like 6 or 7 and then chose Houston and lost. So
That was before they
he's
were
got some
garbage.
PTSD from that.
Yes, well, and they're garbage this year.
Yeah.
But so we're down to 21, which is really hard from almost 7,000 entries. It was $20 per entry. And so that totaled to, it was like 130 some thousand, but then with fees and stuff came down to $129,000 in the pot
Well, my mom just got eliminated this week.
Yep.
My mom.
last week.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, and
Good
she
for
made
her.
So we're gonna have to get you in on this next year, Chris. Because I mean, even if say 21 people made it all the way to the end, that's still $129,000 split 21 ways. I mean, that's still a decent chunk of change.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, even if we each took $1,000, because that's a nice investment off your $20 entry anyway, even if we still go, there's still a $108,000 pot.
Yeah.
So I mean, hell, I'll take $108,000.
Yeah. I don't
So
think anybody would mind.
I know. Waiting to hear back from a couple of people. I hope they say yes, so at least I get $1,000.
Yeah. Wow.
$980 off that $20. Hell yeah.
That's a pretty good investment.
Yep, that'll pay off some our Christmas.
Our Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas gifts that we just bought and everything for everybody. What does that look for?
Our Christmas gifts we just bought for everybody.
First of all, have you been making these picks all week?
No, but I like how you're like, you and I made this big purchase together, like for everybody. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I had to buy for you and my mom and your sister and our nieces and our nephews. And you had to do me and your dad and our brother-in-law.
Yeah, you were
And
expensive.
my brother.
You were expensive this year. Yeah.
So he's like, our Christmas? I'm like, I'll take some
I
money
did go
for
a little. I did
Christmas.
go a little over our budget this year.
Did you?
Mhm.
Man, that habanero popcorn must have really set you back. I got a whole box of it. It's so good.
Yeah, there's this habanero popcorn that we can only find on Amazon.
Yeah.
It is hotter than hell.
You want a pack, Chris?
I'm good.
No, it is really, really good though. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like addicting. Like I sit there and
I mean, it's buttery, but it's spicy.
I'm like I'm not a huge fan of hot stuff, but I love it. But I'm
Makes
sitting
him
there
sweat.
drenched in sweat. Oh, I love this. Oh my god, as I'm wiping my face.
Gotta go take a shower.
He just keeps eating it, and he's got like a paper towel like stuck under his hat. It's like dripping down his neck.
We're gonna send you home with one and have to try it. It doesn't sound good, but it is delicious.
Do not share with the kids.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they, want to.
Because Mason loves popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, have him take a bite of this. And he'll be like, yeah.
No, I don't want to ruin that for him because that's like the one food he eats.
Yeah, don't. Wait till they go to bed.
Yeah.
And then
Or I'll take it to work and
lock their doors because if they smell popcorn, they'll be like, popcorn, and come get
Yeah.
out of bed. So
yeah.
Poor Max.
that's your dog.
That is my dog. He's got the whole downstairs to roam and do whatever he wants while we're up here, and then he just wants to sit down there and whine. Freaking dog. So what do you got this week, Chris?
What do you mean this week?
Like to talk about.
To talk about? I don't know.
Oh my
Been a
god.
busy week.
You are a terrible co-host.
I know.
You don't come up with any topics. Even if I'm like, Chris.
Well, did you hear about January 6th in the Supreme Court?
What now?
Oh gosh. I guess they're going after the whole shabagle. What happened on the where they got rushed
Oh, yeah.
and they're going to court for it. And I guess it could be really good or really bad.
Nice.
January 6th. I don't know. I've been busy with work. Like I haven't had time to do anything.
So before we came on this podcast, you, Hunter, and I did one a year ago from now, and it was goal setting.
Yep.
And we were just talking about how you've done with your goals that you set.
Yep. I got 70% of them done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did you complete?
My master's degree, go on a vacation, which I got to go on a guy's vacation.
Congratulations.
Clean the garage for the boat. Don't got the boat anymore, so I don't really have to go crazy on the garage. So that's complete. Get the red car running. It runs. Drivability, that's going to be another issue.
And what did you not succeed on?
YouTube channel.
Okay.
Lose weight. I didn't get to lose a lot. Like I usually set like I want to lose 35 pounds. Didn't get that.
I mean, did you at least lose 8 pound?
Yeah, I lost like 10.
Well, there you go. You
That's
lost
good.
weight.
That's good.
Yeah, but I like to meet that goal. Like if I set 35, I want to lose 35. So
Did you maybe lose 35 before we got into the holiday season?
no,
No.
it's been about 10. I've been floating 10 to 11 pounds of what I lost for the year.
Yeah, I did good over the summer,
Yeah,
and then once it got cold, I've been
yeah.
not so bueno.
I was doing really good. Not that you guys asked me what my goals were, but I was doing really good until, let's see here. Oh, I broke my tailbone. And then after that stopped killing me and I was able to do some stuff. I had a really bad flu. It's like,
What were you? Did you set goals for this year?
I did have goals. It was to cultivate better relationships with my girlfriends, which I did do, like with Kat and like some of my high school friends and stuff like that. So that was really like my New Year's resolution. I don't usually set lose weight because that's stupid.
Well, everybody freaking does that,
Yeah.
and you do really good for like a little bit, and then it just falls off.
Yeah, so I wanted to make better connections with my friends is what I wanted to do, and I did that. So
There you go.
yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any for this coming year?
No, not so far.
I do.
Maybe purchasing a muzzle for Max. That's high on my list right now.
Well, all right. So, what are your goals this year, Chris?
So since I didn't complete the YouTube and the weight loss, those are back on the list because I roll them over.
Okay.
And I want to get my garage like cleaned out even more. Do like a deep clean. Get rid of some car parts. Sell. And
Wait
then-
a minute. Did you just say you're going to get rid of some car parts?
Yeah, some.
Okay. So, like,
Not all, but the stuff that I've got like doubles and triples of.
You feeling okay?
Oh yeah. And then I want to get the red card drivability so I could start driving it more often and around town, and then start on the Charger.
that's a daunting task.
Starting on the Charger.
That would
Not
be a good.
completing it.
Right.
Starting on it.
Okay. So, you're going to remove the junk that's on there?
No, because really, I want to get the floor plan replaced, pull the engine, and start seeing what it needs to be done for rebuild. So
Fair enough.
small things, baby steps.
That would be kind of a cool YouTube channel because obviously you do a lot of stuff in the garage, a lot of stuff with the cars. So, YouTube niche for you would probably be cars and
Yeah.
how to do this. And
Yeah, that's what I want to do for YouTube. So that's kind of why I've been pushing off a little bit on it. So this year, YouTube will be coming up. It'll be mostly car working and wrenching, maybe some drinking.
let me know because as you found out with the motorcycle, trying to do something and film it yourself is very hard.
Yeah.
It was difficult with two of us. So
Yeah.
let me know.
Yep.
I can help you out.
Yep. I got my vlog kit, so I got to use it. So
hmm
then I might just wear a GoPro on my head.
It sounds easy, but it's,
I know.
it's not.
Especially when you're underneath the car laying down and like, fuck, get this thing off my head.
Well, then I'm sure in that situation, lighting's a little difficult too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to play around with
Mhm.
because we're supposed to be getting fiber finally in Spring Hill, thank God. And I'm already set up for January 30th to get fiber.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So maybe you can upload Kat's podcast in more than 3 days.
Yeah.
It literally takes them like 3 days for it
3
to
to
upload.
4 days, sometimes a week,
Jeez.
depending on the size. And then like half the time it's like, oh, it failed. You need to retry it again. And like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it'll get better.
Well, that's what happens when you live in BFE.
No, it's what happens when people don't go out there when they're like, hey, there's no permits to put it in and no one listens. But you start getting people, competitors that want to come in. Now everyone wants to hurry up and upgrade.
hmm
But yeah,
Nice.
those are the goals for the year.
Nice.
What
Yeah.
about you, Keith?
Well, obviously weight loss is one, but you
Take
know,
my wife on lots of vacations.
yeah, we are actually going to Florida
Yeah.
in February. So
Yeah.
I need to lose a little bit of this holiday weight in a month.
I actually booked us a really cool brunch for our trip. We were going to do brunch, but also see a burlesque show.
Where is this at?
It's in Fort Lauderdale, which is the neighboring city, kind of like we live in Olathe. So if we were to drive to Overland Park, is pretty much what it is.
I'm really hoping the flight situations are better by then.
We got like well over a month.
I know,
It'd be
but
fine.
you never know.
As long as we don't have an Arctic blast come through.
Mm-hmm.
That was miserable, by the way.
Yes. My work is very stressful right now.
Like, I got up.
I still had to get up and go to work.
I had to snow plow, and it has a temperature reading on the like gauge cluster for the truck that we're driving, and it was like -7, -9. I was like, "Fuck this! What am I doing out here?"
Yep.
Because every time you hit it, you got the defrosters on, and it instantly hit the windshield, melt, freeze. I was like, "Oh my god, this is annoying."
But you got to clear the streets for people.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the reason we didn't come out with the podcast last week.
yeah, I got called in.
He got called in. I was sick with a sinus infection. I just felt like crap. And with the holidays,
Yep,
So that was the first week in over a year that we missed.
it's pretty good.
We were
Didn't
due.
you have a
We were
backup
due.
one in the queue though?
I did, but I was so tired. I started editing it. I'm like, dude, I can't even do this right
Maybe
now.
that should be a New Year's goal. Start building them up,
Yeah.
and then if something happens, we can throw one in.
Yeah, like if you and Kat are over for dinner, maybe you guys go ahead and shoot one.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Chris, come up with some backup topics.
Okay.
Or Keith, since you're the main host, why don't you come up with some backup topics?
Jeez, I got to do everything here?
Yeah.
Man, what do I pay you guys for? Oh, wait, I don't pay you.
I was like, I ain't getting paid for this shit.
I got my first paycheck from YouTube. When did I got monetized back in April?
Yeah.
I finally just now got $109. Yeah.
Big spender.
Yeah. That paid for a microphone.
A microphone.
Yeah.
Well, now that you're starting to do more of your motor vlog, you might get more.
Yeah. Because YouTube, you know what's funny? Because I was uploading, because most of the time I do a gun video, it's limited monetization.
Yeah.
That Ruger one I uploaded yesterday, no issues.
Huh.
Like, what the hell? Maybe because I didn't put a .380 auto and I just did 380.
Maybe.
I don't know. But for whatever reason, that's the first gun video that got fully monetized.
380 millimeter socket. Start
Maybe.
titling
Well,
that.
whatever you did with that one, just do that in the future.
Right?
Go back and edit your other one.
I got to figure out what happened there.
12 millimeter, 9 millimeter.
Just work your way around it.
Yeah.
9mm socket.
Yeah.
The Springfield Hellcat Pro 9mm socket set.
It's a tool, right?
Yeah, it is.
You can beat people with it. It's a hammer. It's got multiple functions. It's
Yep.
a multi-tool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good goal, is doing some backup stuff and doing more videos, just because it's hard. Like, it takes a lot of time to do a video. And with my job and the weather, winter has been starting to get really busy. Spring and summer is our really busy time. It's like, oh. So definitely having a motorcycle will be new content to do. I got one video I got to wrap up, but the headlight. I got another one planned out for doing the turn signals. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 60.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I think I'm going to go for a ride and then wash it off because it is dirty.
I'd probably wait till you're done with your ride and
Oh, yeah,
wash it here
for sure.
because the
The
roads
salt.
are still bad.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, take a break from work tomorrow and go.
Wash.
It's going to feel
Wash
so
drive.
warm though.
Oh, yeah.
Because the last time I rode, it was like 40 degrees. So 60 degrees, I'm going to be like, oh man, I'm
I know
hot.
today I was like sweating and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, it's 50 degrees outside. It's not.
All the snow
Single
melted
digits.
today, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, he got his bike all dirty, and I get home from wherever I am, and he goes, "Okay, baby, throw your bikini on, get to wash." And I'm like, nobody wants to see that shit.
I mean, I do. Like,
Good thumbnail, right?
It's like, why is there a white orb wearing a bikini? That's so weird. Oh no, that's just my wife's general skin coloring.
Are you going to go? Are we going to get tan in Florida?
Spray tan.
Yeah. Nice. I
Florida.
know. I wish we were going for longer.
Going for a few days.
Just a
It'd
little
be-
quick getaway.
Just in time, for when the wind really wants to hurt your face.
Yeah.
Although they had some cold weather down there recently, so hopefully we don't run into that.
They have freezing falling iguanas. I just read it today. I'm like, well, shit.
Oh, you die. You would die. They scare her just running around in general. Like she screams. I'm like, Marie, it's like a squirrel. You don't scream every time you see a squirrel running in the
They
basement.
are not always like, okay, so Keith and I were sitting out by the pool on our honeymoon, and I come walking up. I went inside and I got us a couple of drinks, and I just like stopped dead in my tracks. I'm like, Keith, there's a gigantic dinosaur under your chair, and his tail had come off. And I know that they regenerate, but I mean, this was fresh. So it was just like a bloody nub. And he was just chilling under Keith's chair. And I'm like, we're moving.
Hey, if he's not messing with you, what's the harm?
Yeah.
I don't think iguanas are dangerous. Like, they're a nuisance down there, kind of like squirrels are here.
They're a very invasive species.
I think they'd be cool.
But, you know, what just got me is like if we'd be walking down the sidewalk and then one jumps out of the bushes and scatters across me, then, you know, just glad I had an empty bladder on most occasions.
But now, imagine them just falling from the trees onto you.
You would have to explain that to my mother. Be like, well, she died of a heart attack. What, Keith, she's 36. Well, there was a frozen lizard that fell down and landed on her head, and she died on the spot.
And then the lizard thawed out and got up and walked away. Yeah. So fingers crossed it's going to be warm when we're down there. I would really love to rent a motorcycle and just ride around a little bit down there.
We probably could.
Yeah.
They got scooters or mopeds, I bet.
No, motorcycle. With since I bought a bike through Harley, they have a really cool network to where you get discounts at, like, actually renting bikes and stuff. Be a nice little area to go cruise around.
Do you guys want me to go get fresh ice cubes so that we can try what Chris brought, or no?
Sure. Then you can maybe shut that dog up downstairs.
I got to go on a field trip.
Yes, and with the magic of the pause button, it was a real quick field trip.
Yep.
It's like we didn't even go anywhere. Things just changed.
Yep.
So, Chris, what is the actual whiskey of the week?
Actual whiskey of the week is Four Roses. It's a small batch. So we've had Four Roses before. I don't know which
You're at. There you go.
There we go. So it's their small batch. We had Four Roses on here a while back, and we liked it. So I don't know what to expect, really.
Well, we like the Evan Williams small batch, apparently.
Yeah.
So
And this is 90 proof, so we'll find out.
Oh, good.
I like the bottle. It's kind of a cool looking bottle.
Yeah.
And it's a Kentucky.
Oh, no, an extra little bit fell in there.
Oh, darn.
Shucks.
Yeah. So,
Crafted from 4 select bourbons. Nice.
yeah.
So they blend like 4 bourbons, or is it 4 different?
I can't remember because we read the whole story that one podcast. We read the whole story on Four Roses.
You need a little bit more.
I'm good right now.
He's not a big drinker, remember?
I got to drive home still. And last time, like, I had that little scare. And
Oh, you had a scare?
yeah.
Oh.
Like, I was getting onto the highway. I accelerated to get onto the highway. And there was a cop
Ooh.
or sheriff on the other lane. And he came down. I was like, okay. Set cruise control on. Sat there at 55 this entire time. And I saw him turn around. And there's a car behind me.
Oh, wait, that's me coming from my mom's.
And he came, a car behind me, and he passed me. He was doing like 65 and a 55. I'm just sitting there like, okay, I saw the sheriff turn around. He came up on me, and then he went beside me and pulled the guy over that passed me. I was like, thank God for his cruise control. Because that was not going to be pretty.
Nope. Nope. Man, I was reading a random article today that popped up, and I can't say it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever read, but it's up there. I've read a lot of ridiculous stuff regarding guns.
Yeah.
And the title of this, it was on Yahoo. The title of this was like, buying ammo is as easy as having pizza delivered to your house. and it wasn't ammo. He said bullets. And every time they were referring to ammunition, he used the term bullets. So first of all, this guy's an idiot to begin with.
Well, you can. You just go on Word. They got bullets there.
Bullet points?
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is him saying how easy it is that you can just have, except for in California.
That's good.
Yeah, it is actually really good. Smooth. We didn't try it neat. We forgot about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. It does taste good.
My belly's still really warm, even though there's an ice cube in there. So
Yeah. That's warm, huh?
yeah.
But anyway, so he was saying how easy it is to have bullets, but he's meaning ammunition sent to your house, and how people can have hundreds to thousands of rounds sent to their house, just like ordering a pizza. What all these shootings have is in common is they ordered all this shit online, and that it shouldn't be that easy, and you should have to go through a background check. Like in California, you have to go through a background check to get ammo, and you can't have it delivered to your house. You actually have to go to a gun shop or an authorized dealer, have them do the background check, and do it's fucking bullshit. And so they want, he's trying to link all this stuff to the mass shootings and everything, and it's like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you are the reason people aren't educated correctly in this stuff, because they read this crap and believe everything you freaking say.
Just like those people that, oh, you can just go buy a gun anywhere. And they go there and it took them like 4 tries because they didn't realize all the freaking shit they had to have.
And, they had a little blurb in there that says, oh, if you do competition shooting or an avid shooter, you go through a lot of rounds. And then they just kind of went, really. It's like, yeah, Marie, you've been to the range with us. We go through a lot of ammo. Like, it does not take much to go through ammo.
It's easy to go through a whole box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Usually you're taking like 3 or 4 boxes.
Yeah.
And what's worrisome a little bit is when I read something like that, and on the new Form 4473, they mention the sale of ammo that was not there before.
Yep.
And the ATF just made an open letter with a final ruling of what they're going to consider a framed to a gun that has to do with the 80%ers and stuff like that. So it's kind of leading up to, man, are they going to start trying to regulate ammo now? Which
stupid.
I think that's kind of where things are going to go to eventually.
I think I saw something else too, like down in Texas, like the people are actually defending themselves, and they're showing that having a gun and multiple rounds is better for self-defense than not having anything at all.
Well, because criminals follow gun laws, so they're only going to have 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So it's an even match. You're going to have 10 rounds, they have 10 rounds. Even match, right?
Yeah, and then I saw a video too, as I don't know where it was at, but it was in a mall. You can hear gunshots going off and everybody's running. And then it literally sounds like a full auto goes off in the middle of the mall too. I was like, you hear the pop, 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 and then you hear, brrr, and I was like, whoa. It's like, yeah, you think that's legal?
Well, it has to be.
Yeah,
I mean, why would he break the law?
Yeah.
Right, Marie? Criminals follow gun laws, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They follow all the laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't even consider jaywalking.
It's like, if you knew in a self-defense, like the guy at that one mall that saved the active shooter, he went through a ton of rounds to stop the threat. It's like 10 is not enough. Like, we're going to be at a disadvantage because you're going to have those kids with the Glock switches and the 33 round magazines freaking shooting at you, and you're limited to a semi-auto freaking 10 round. At that point, it'll probably be 8 rounds with Joe Biden, and maybe we'll just have little fucking revolvers at that point. So it's like, we got a little snub-nosed revolver going up against this kid with a Glock switch and a 33 round mag. It makes a ton of sense, even though that's illegal.
But theirs is also probably a ghost gun, so not traceable.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking bullshit.
People that run this country, man, they need to get educated.
People that run the country, and also the freaking media.
Yeah.
Like.
And then people wonder why Keith and I don't want children. I'm like, I do not have the patience for that kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I just don't.
The whole school system stupidity, like,
no.
And the stuff that, like, half the stuff that we learned in school and like history is not taught anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No.
If you delete history, it will repeat itself.
Yep.
And you don't learn, Christmas carols or like Home on the Range or anything. Instead, they teach you how to whip and nay.
Yeah.
And I know that is absolutely correct because my nephew was taught that in his music class in elementary school. Like, not the Pledge of Allegiance, not America the Beautiful,
that's-
how to whip a nene. And I'm like, are
I'm
you
happy
fucking shitting me?
that like since we are Spring Hill's considered a small school district, they still do the Pledge of Allegiance,
Good.
and I'm like, thank you. And then they don't do that nonsense, but
Do other school districts like China Mission, do they do the Pledge of Allegiance still? Or
I don't know. Like
is Olathe? Do you know?
when I was going to Olathe, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, when we
since-
went, yes.
Yeah, but I know Spring Hill still does it every morning because I asked Mason, and Mason does it. He'll say it sometimes in the car. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that we did that every day,
yep, every morning.
every morning when I was in
Every
school.
morning.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm like, thank you.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of schools got away
Oh,
from
I'm
that.
sure people did because then God comes into it. Well, that's not my religion. Well,
Well, then you pledge an allegiance to a flag in a country that you may not,
yeah.
you have an issue with, like, oh,
Go over to Ukraine right now then. Bye.
It's a godless country.
or they probably had kids kneeling during the
Yeah.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh,
Oh, well, if the basketball player can do it, so can I.
oh man. Don't even get me started on that shit.
Chris, you and I had an entire discussion about our thoughts on that after the last podcast.
I know how
And
they can respect it
Sure. She
real quick, and they will probably be buried underneath that flag too, and they'll learn to respect it then.
Now she and all of her fans are advocating for Paul Whelan's release. It's like he was locked up longer than you, and yeah,
Actually,
I know
service
he's
country.
got some, things under his belt, but it's allegedly,
Yep.
and he was also a serviceman.
Yep.
She didn't do anything except for disrespect the United States and was completely unpatriotic. But let's
and
go
she
ahead
knew
and
she
bring
was-
her home.
And She
Cool.
knew she was breaking the law.
She admitted to it. It's like,
you just-
well,
Did you also see the tweet from Biden about how he's getting rid of gun trafficking and everything? I was like, really? Gun trafficking? Who the fuck did we just turn over, you fucking idiot?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
He doesn't know who he is. He might be at the White House one day, but I think most days he's at Disney World.
I don't know. Whatever he's got, I want some of that shit. Just having to listen to that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Tripping on balls.
I just think it's funny when he refers to Kamala Harris as President Harris.
Yeah.
Like,
She probably is the one behind the curtain.
Yeah.
nah, if she ever gets full on in the presidency, we are at shit creek without a paddle, even more so than what we
Luckily,
are
I don't think
now.
she would get the votes at this point.
That she
don't think
she
really-
wouldn't get the votes. Like if
I don't
he
think any of the Democrats
if he
would.
dies, she automatically gets sworn in.
Right, but if she ever were to run in the future,
Oh no,
I don't think she would have the votes because she's been it. Yeah,
nobody likes them. It's fine.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll have to see what 2024 brings. Who knows? Who knows?
More debt.
I'd be fine with Ron DeSantis running for the Republican
I'd
Party.
be fine with the fucking Muppets at this point.
Yeah.
Isn't that who's running it right now? Is the freaking Muppets? Like,
Yeah,
Joe Biden's a Muppet.
they're the old guys. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh man. So instead of Muppets, maybe we need Sesame Street to run it.
My elf.
Yeah, her Elf on the Shelf that she
Yeah.
did. Which was, she was
Naughty elf.
totally against it.
I really was. I was like, that's so dumb. I don't want to do it. And then Keith brought home, and I'm like,
I bought one because I was at Hobby Lobby and I saw one. I'm like, you know what? Marie would hate this. So I bought one. And my goal was to just hide it in the cabinet because, she does a lot of stuff in the kitchen and her just open it up and see it and be like, what the hell? And that'd be the end of it. No, she did that. Thought that was the funniest thing.
the best time doing it.
And then not every morning, but pretty close to every morning, she would come up with some shenanigan that he would get into.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, he performed a boob job. He was executed.
My office here over there was a strip club there.
Yeah.
You'll have to put little
Yeah.
snippets.
And it wasn't to
That
where
was the
like,
game that you played.
yeah. I'm going to put some B-roll up here, some of the stuff that she did. And it's not like the ones I did, obviously I didn't take too much time to do. Like the stuff she did, like She put some effort into it, like the whole dick in the box thing. Like,
Yeah, it
she
was
made a little
glorious.
rod, did a little thing, and I'm like, man,
It was glorious.
So good. I even made him a little jacket out of wrapping paper and drew the goatee on him.
And this was someone that thought Elf on the Shelf was the stupidest thing.
Oh, I didn't even get to do all of my ideas this year, so I mean, just stay tuned.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, I did. The last one I did was the dog with the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're great.
She had the one with the boob job in the kitchen. So what I did is when she came home, I basically changed it around and put ketchup all over the thing, make it look like you just freaking sliced her open and killed her.
Went wrong.
Yep.
That's the risk of cosmetic surgery, though. There are risks.
Yeah, my goal was just to hide them every now and then in the kitchen just to annoy you, but she took that thing and ran with it.
My cousin Jennifer, she goes, my first question is, why do you have Barbies at your house? We don't have any kids. And I couldn't tell on myself and be like, I specifically went to my mom's and dug them bitches out. I was like, oh, I have them for our nieces, for Kinsley and Ava. Like, no,
strictly for Elf on the Shelf.
I specifically had too many drinks with my mom. I was like, oh, I need some Barbies.
Nice.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're great.
Yeah, I had people coming up to me at the Whiteside family party and be like, oh, your elf was so funny. Your elf was so funny. It's like, I did a whole montage on Facebook.
Yeah, it was great. I laughed every time I got a text. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, this is awesome.
Well, I showed you the Barbie where I'd made her booby tab
Yeah.
tassels.
Yep.
Like, what do you think of this? He's like, that's a good one.
You had way too much time on your hand for some of those.
The dick in the box, I think, was hilarious.
I made that box with the dick while I was at work. I just wrapped it here. And Keith goes, you really have too much time on your hands if you're doing that shit at work. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's kind of dead right now.
There's one where the guy from Saw, she drew a mask of the guy from Saw and had him in the bathroom, and where the toilet paper was, she had removed that and put some duct tape right there.
Says
There's a-
you want to play a game.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And I texted her, I'm like, Marie, the elf is trying to wax my butthole.
Oh, so funny.
But the mask was so good. I actually drew it. He's like,
Yeah.
can you just print that off? I'm like, no, I drew it. I'm an artiste.
Yeah. You should draw us some artwork for the podcast and the YouTube channel.
What kind of art?
I don't know. You're the artiste. Come up with something. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a mural here.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, but that black backdrop with that light up Christmas tree just really made the best strip club.
Yep.
It really did.
She had my office door somewhat cracked open. So I was walking down the hall. I'm like, because it looked like the Rodecaster Pro with all the different colors and everything. I'm like, did I leave that on? I don't think I did. And I opened it up and there's a freaking Barbie doll elf strip club going on with Monopoly money. And
Notice he wasn't touching her. He was like this.
Yeah.
You can't touch him.
Mhm.
That was great.
Funny.
Just wait till next year, babe.
Get
Yeah.
even better.
I know. Definitely got my whiskey stuff for Christmas, which is nice. And
Yeah. Your recording sign, yeah.
yeah, it's actually, Chris and I just noticed it. It's flickering a little bit, but it looks cool because it looks like something shining back there.
It's not flickering. You have a light that's moving. And it's making it look like it's flickering.
No, it's
That's that.
That's the LED on the actual sign.
See, in real life, it's not doing it, but because of the camera, it's doing it in the camera.
Well, again, it's because it wasn't for that.
Yeah, she wants me to put it above the door outside, but I'm like, but then I can't see it. I don't get to enjoy it.
I get to enjoy it so that I don't walk in when you're doing videos and I don't realize you're doing videos. And then you stop and you look at me real quick and you're like, God damn it, Marie, now I got to start over. And I'm like, well,
You
shit.
put like one of those red lights, like they did at Full House when they had the recording studio.
That's why I got him that. So he could turn it on when he's doing whatever so I don't come in.
Well, fine. I'll mount it above the door outside here.
I mean, sure, you can do whatever you want with it. I just had a purpose in mind, but that's you.
When I looked at, I'm like, man, this would be something cool to have in the background. It kind of is. I mean, because I have the blurry background,
It doesn't
obviously
look very good in the
it
background.
blurs it out. But maybe if I do something with against a black wall,
I think if you do a big neon sign, like we need to do it like bigger.
that's your job.
Go big or go home.
Why is
Everybody's got a job. That's your job.
Why is that my job? Do you know how expensive those things are? I had to pay for that.
Make one yourself. Learn how.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like people, because Keith and I bartend a lot of weddings. And people get these neon lights made and they'll say something super cheesy and cliche, like, you know, just for today or something. And I'm like, you spent like $150 to $175 for a cliche live, laugh, love sign to use one day.
Well, that's pretty cheap because neon is expensive.
Yeah, neons are really expensive.
Like, but that's so dumb.
I don't know.
Like, I didn't even do favors for our guests because I'm like, why do I need to give them a gift for coming to today? Like, you're getting dinner, dancing. It was an open bar.
Yeah.
Italian, Catholics. It was an open bar. That is your gift. No bar tab. I'm not also giving you a candle or a little pot of honey. That's fucking stupid.
There you go. My wife.
You get nothing from me.
See, the more she drinks some liquor, the more she starts becoming talkative on the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not just the podcast, it's real
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
That last one she was on, we had the Yellowstone whiskey.
Yep.
And it ended up going like an hour and a half long, but she was kind of quiet and just sitting here and kind of, doing her own thing, watching us talk. And by the end,
Yep. You can tell that liquor got kicked in and over gear.
that was funny
I'm a little bit of a chatterbox, I suppose.
when she drinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does. Alcohol has that effect on everybody for the most part.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I like this small batch, 4 roses.
Yeah.
It is really good, but I mean my cheeks and everything are already like feeling like really hot. I'm like, if I kept drinking this, like
Yeah.
tomorrow might be a rough day at work.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we got for this week since Chris didn't come up with the main topic. Thanks,
Yeah.
Chris. Thanks.
We did goals.
Yep.
Yeah, we did goals. We talked about the elf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See?
Chris and I had agreed to talk about that last week because it was the last podcast before Christmas.
Yeah.
There you go. And this is the last podcast before
Before the new
New
year.
Year's.
Oh yeah, and we're ringing in the new year all together.
Yep. Yeah, the
Yeah.
next podcast will be next year.
Yeah, I already have our menu planned.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm doing like crostini and steak skewers with chimichurri sauce and some flatbreads, and I think I was gonna do chocolate mousse brownies.
There you go.
Yeah.
My job is to figure out why there's a delay in the video. I don't know what it is because it has never happened before, but now there's, for whatever reason, a delay. And it's driving me absolutely nuts. And I noticed it on the video I did with the Ruger on the main headshot with this camera. There was a delay. It's driving me nuts.
Probably a setting you accidentally pressed.
I don't, or maybe a bad cable or because these dongles with this computer go bad.
Dongle.
I don't know. Yeah, it's stupid.
Dongles.
Dongles.
Did you try turning everything off and turning it back on again?
Okay, Mrs. IT. Freaking. That pisses me off when I call the IT center. Well, did you restart your computer? Fuck you.
No, I just did it 15 fucking times. And it still does the same thing. Well, let me get on and boot in for you and let's try it again.
Yep.
We call that a picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer.
Mm-hmm. Nice, babe. You're not even in IT.
No. No. I barely know how to work my phone.
This is true.
He's like, drop a pin. I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Well, she's also one of those people that don't close out the apps.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll get on her phone and then I'll start closing out whatever app I was on. And then all of a sudden there's 100 apps that she had. Like, every little app.
Everything's still open.
Mm-hmm. Or like her internet browser, like on Google.
350 tabs.
Yep.
There's not that many, but sometimes I was looking at something like research purposes because I'm that kind of person. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to forget what I was on. So then I just open a new page. But then, like, anytime I go to close out on my browser, I'm like, wait, I don't want to close that one because I was looking at that for some reason. Like, it's just a vicious cycle.
I gotta close it out every time I get on.
She also drives me nuts because she's the person that has 364 unread messages.
Oh, Jesus.
That drives me nuts.
Oh, my
I turn
main
those notifications off.
Gmail account has like 9,600 unread emails in it.
Boy.
Like once a month, for my junk mail, because I got my original email and it's pretty much just become junk mail. I just go in there and select all, delete. Select all, delete.
Oh, I do that with my spam, and I'm like, got rid of 80 emails today. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are coming to the end of the last podcast of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah. We will
Happy
see
New Year.
everybody next year.
Come up with new goals. Let us know what your goals are.
Yep. Let us know if there's anything you guys want to hear us talk about next year.
Yeah, more whiskey recommendations, mainly just because I like to try them after the guys are done with the podcast.
Oh, we have a ton of whiskey on our list. But
Yeah. We need to do another trip for some more whiskey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Marie, thanks for being on and making those old fashions.
Yes,
You're
thank
welcome.
Again, the link will be down in the description for that on Amazon. Super cheap and really cool if you're into making smoked old fashions.
And it's just as good as the Top Hat kit, which will run you about $80. But if you're into name brand, you do you.
Yep. Yep. Well, Chris, take us out one last time this year.
Remember, this is a YouTube podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and tickle that bell. If you are listening on Spotify or podcast, please hit the follow. And with that, have a good one.
It's not even fun anymore. I shoot bail and run through the door, but something's holding me